Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vivi Indriani. My official number is A1M218075. Well, in this video, I will presentation my material in chapter 13 about cooperative project and presentation. To short the time, I will begin now. Cooperative project and presentations. Cooperative projects are perhaps the purest form of constructivist education. Cooperative teams are ideal social learning, language use, and cognitive development. Students discuss, elaborate, and debate ideas as they work together, each making an important individual contribution toward a group goal. Learning is active, communicative, hands-on, and real. Projects align instruction with students' natural desire to interact, play, experiment, and create. First point is project principles. Projects are more representative of the real world. In the real world, people work on the real projects and people frequently work in teams. In the 21st century, there has been a massive organizational restructuring toward greater independence and teamwork in the workplace. Teamwork in the classroom equips students with life skills students will need to succeed in the workplace. Education is not filling of a pail but a lighting of a fire by Vivi. The second point is positive interdependence. Structure positive interdependence into cooperative project is useful for a number of reasons. When students work together on a project, and the success of one contributes to the success of all, a positive climate is created. Positive interdependence fosters helping, encouraging, and tutoring. There are a number of ways to promote positive interdependence in the project work. Individual accountability. Individual accountability increases individual participation and adds increasing participation and eliminates the problem of the freeloader and the workhorse. For suggestion to structure for individual accountability is cooperative project. Equal participation. One of the biggest pitfalls for cooperative project is unequal participation. The point here is that slacking is not an option. There are some basic ways to ensure that students will participate about equally or equitably. Next point, simultaneous interaction. Simultaneous interaction increases engagement of decreases of task time during cooperative project. The same is true within teams. The biggest obstacle to simultaneous engagement is a secondly designed project. That is, the project must be performed in a series of sequential steps. Something needs to happen before the next step can happen. This can be received for one teammate working while others sit around waiting for the step to be complete. The next point is team project. The team project structure developed by Laurie Kagan is a high-utility structure ideal for any time a team works together to create a product. The product can be a team book, team art project, team science project, team experiment, team model, team college, even a team performance. Anything that can be created or performed by a team. The steps of a team project are very simple. The beauty of this structure is its simplicity and ease of use. The next point is project structure. Cooperative projects are among one of the biggest changes in the Kagan approach to cooperative learning over the past decade. The teacher assigns roles and resource access. The team project incorporates these two powerful techniques as part of the structure. In developing the structure, Laurie Kagan discovered she could almost always guarantee successful cooperative project if different roles were assigned to each student and each student had sole access the essential resources. 3 point of project structure, namely the first one is role assignment. Project-specific roles are, in a sense, assigned division of labor. These roles can be rotated on a specific time schedule. If the project is 20 minutes, every student performs each role for 5 minutes. Roles can be switched based on the completion of a certain task. For the example, students can switch roles after each image the college are passed down. The second point is resources access. Access to the resources may depend on a student's role. For the example, the cutter is the only student who can use the scissors. If the cutter role is rotated to another student, so are the scissors. But resources are not always depend on the role. For the example, if part of the team project requires the team to draw a picture, then all students should have access to the markers. The third point is introduction of project. The roles and resources are reviewed with the class prior to starting the project. To clarify the roles and resources, for students, you may use T-charts for the roles, describe or help students generate this for what to do, and then what to say to fulfill each role. The next point is structure for sharing and presenting project. The first one is sharing project plans before team post. Team post is an easy way for teams to share their plans while taking very little time of task. Each team is design a place at the whiteboard. After teams generate ideas, the team representative writes or draw the team's ideas on the whiteboard. Students can see at a glance what other teams are planning. The second point is team whip. The teacher asks each team to prepare a short statement of their project plans. In turn, one representative from each team stands to share his or her team's plans. The third point is team stand and share. If each team generates a list of ideas, they can share their ideas using team stand and share. Team stand with their list in hand. The teacher calls on one student and he or she shares one item for the team list. The recorders on the other teams at the time to their list if it is a new idea, or check it off if they also come up with that idea. Teams sit when all ideas have been shared. The second point of introduction of a project is namely sharing project process or during. There are 3 points here. The first one is one stray. One teammate stands up and strays to another team. He or she views the other team's project and reports back to his or her own team. Often for one stray, each teammate gets turn straying to a different team. Second point is three stray. Three teammates stand up and as a group stray to another team. One teammate stays behind to answer the questions and share his or her team's progress. The third is roving reporter. While working on the team project, the teacher announced, "Roving reporters, you have 3 minutes." Every team selects their roving reporter. The roving reporter visits other teams and may take notes or make sketches of what he or she learns. When the teacher calls time, roving reporters return to their teams and share the information they gathered. Some teachers call the roving reporters a scout. The fourth point is roam the room. When students have made visible progress on their project, the teacher says, "Everyone please stop working and stand up." Roam the room. Teammates may go from project to project together. They may break into pairs, or everyone can go their own way. When they return, they discuss what they learned and what they want to integrate into their project. The third point is sharing products and presentation after. There are several points here, namely the first one is number group presentation. Team projects are displayed on the teams table. Student number of in the teams from 1 to 4, all student 1s go to team 1, all students 2 go to team 2, and so on. In each new group, there is one student whose team create the project. The team represents the project to the group. The group rotates to the next project and the next team rep shares the project. When done, students return to their original teams to discuss what they saw and hear. The second point is number group interview. Number group interview is the same as number group presentation, except the rep in asks questions by the members of his or her group. And third point is carousel feedback. Team projects are placed on the team's desk or post around the room with a feedback form. Each team stands in front of their project. They rotate clockwise to the next team's project. The fourth point is carousel discuss. Carousel discuss works the same as carousel feedback, except students don't leave written feedback for other teams. They discuss the project, then when time is up, move to discuss the next project. The fifth point is roam the room. Like touring an art gallery, students are free to browse other teams' projects for a specific time period. Students may roam the room with teammates, a team partner, solo, or even with a student or student from another team. When they return to their teams, students discuss what they saw as they roam the room using team interview or time round robin. Roam the room and the carousel structures are designed for viewing visual projects such as illustrations, maps, and models that don't require explanation because no team representative stays behind to present the project. Next point is the sixth point. Tell about team presentation. Each team makes a time presentation to the class. An important component of a team presentation is that each teammate plays a role in the presentation, and that the roles students play are equal or equitable. For the example, if each team has 4 minutes for their presentation, each student is responsible for sharing for 1 minute, or each student is responsible for a different aspect of the presentation. The disadvantage of team presentations are that they are sequential, violating the simultaneity principle. The seventh point is team to team. Team to team has a number of important advantages over the traditional approach of team presentations, having each time take a turn at the front of the class. The A is team up, whereas team to team is a formal presentation structure that allows reflection and improvement following an initial presentation. Sometimes we want teams to quickly share something they have made or ideas they have generated. Time Up, developed by Laurie Kagan, fills that niche. When it is time to share, we simply say odd number teams stand up. When half the teams are standing, we have the seat teams beckon for a visiting team to come over. The last point is planning a team project. The team project planning form on the previous page is provided to help you plan team project. It combines the use of roles and resources allocation for each student, decide which materials they will be in charge of and which role they will play in the project. The next point of cooperative project is classic approaches to cooperative project. There are a number of excellent classic cooperative learning methods. Among the classics are some true games for cooperative project. The last point of cooperative project is project and presentation, feedback and processing. The first one is feedback. Feedback helps students improve their project and the presentations. For evaluative feedback, feedback that judge students on the good-bad dimension, it is helpful for students to know in advance the criteria by which their projects and presentation will be judged. However, not all feedback needs to be evaluative. Beyond the classroom, focus groups are used to provide insight to how others perceive something. Peer feedback can be used for the same purpose within the classroom. The second point is processing. Tell about processing after teams complete their project presentation. It is helpful for them to reflect on the process of completing the project and presentation, as well as reflect on the resulting product. A number of processing forms are provided following the feedback forms. Students can fill out these forms while the other teams are providing written feedback. After all the presentations are complete and students have received feedback, students round robin read the feedback forms, then each share their own reaction to the feedback via a second round robin. The third point is project ideas and activities. There are countless cooperative projects. We can create project for every. I think that's all my presentation. Thanks very much for your kind attention. And I close by saying, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.